On average, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. The National Domestic Violence Hotline defines domestic violence, intimate partner violence, domestic abuse, or relationship abuse as a pattern of behaviors used by one partner to maintain power and control over another partner in an intimate relationship. In Connecticut, 1/3 of all criminal court cases involve family violence. Domestic victimization is correlated with a higher rate of depression and suicidal behavior.
Cultural norms still exist that perpetrate the problem, like the tradition of not interfering in matters between family members that occur in private has led to the reluctance for government, the criminal justice system, and other systems to respond to domestic violence, even after it became a crime. As of December 31st, 2015, Connecticut had submitted 21,064 misdemeanor acts of domestic violence and 689 protective order records to the NICS index. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. Music and the media continue to portray domestic violence as lovers' quarrels, and domestic violence, homicides, suicides as crimes of passion by jilted men who think, if I can't have her, no one else will. In 2011, there were 11 intimate partner homicides in Connecticut. 19% of domestic violence involves a weapon.
Since the Violence Against Women Act passed in 1994, we've come a long way. This landmark legislation combined new provisions that hold offenders accountable and provide programs and services for victims.
1 in 7 women and 1 in 18 men have been stalked by an intimate partner during a lifetime to the point in which they felt very fearful or believed that they or someone close to them would be harmed or killed.
Between 1993 and 2010, the overall rate of domestic violence dropped nearly 2/3, and state laws have reformed to address issues such as dating abuse in the workplace, stalking, employment discrimination, and more.
1 in 7 women and 1 in 25 men have been injured by an intimate partner.
But we still have a long way to go. This issue is still very prevalent in our country, and the perpetrators continue to get acquitted from the crime because of a lack of legal repercussions and voices speaking out against the issue.
In 1 year in Connecticut, 46,750 victims were served by domestic violence relief programs.
October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, a time of unity to connect battered women's advocates across the country.
Domestic violence accounts for 15% of all violent crime.
In one day in 2014, Connecticut shelters served 1,109. 44 victims were turned away from services because of a lack of resources. During 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million women and men.
21 to 60% of victims of domestic violence lose their job because of it.
You do have the ability to stop it. Unpopularize the culture of this issue. Speak out when you are held victim or witness a situation, even if you are not personally affected by the situation. You can still be a part of stopping the issue. Use your voice. Break the silence.